Let me ask you something. When was the last time you really thought about the cheese in your refrigerator? Not the price, not the brand name, not the pretty label. I mean, what it's actually doing to your body. For most of us, cheese feels safe, comforting, familiar. A slice on a sandwich, a sprinkle on pasta, a quick snack with crackers. It's been part of American kitchens for generations. But here's the uncomfortable truth most seniors never hear. Some of the most popular cheese brands in America are quietly why cheese becomes dangerous for seniors. Cheese isn't just milk and salt anymore. In modern factories, many brands are engineered with chemicals, fillers, and extreme sodium levels designed to extend shelf life and boost profit, not protect your health. For seniors, that's where the real danger begins. As we age, our bodies change. Our kidneys filter slower. Our hearts become more sensitive to sodium. Our arteries stiffen. And medications interact with foods in ways they never did before. A slice of cheese that seemed harmless at 40 can become a serious problem at 65. Too much sodium can spike blood pressure overnight, cancel out heart and blood pressure medications, strain aging kidneys, increase the risk of stroke and heart attack. Hidden additives can trigger inflammation, disrupt digestion, worsen cholesterol levels, irritate sensitive stomachs. And in some cases, poor manufacturing standards can expose you to dangerous bacteria like listeria, a threat that is far more deadly for older adults than for younger people. Here's the most shocking part. Many of the worst cheese brands are the ones people trust the most. They hide behind nostalgia. They hide behind bright packaging. They hide behind words like real, natural, and family favorite. But once you look past the label, the truth is disturbing. And we're starting with a brand millions of Americans grew up eating. Number 9, Kraft Singles. Not even real cheese. Coming in at number 9, the shiny yellow slice you probably grew up with. Kraft Singles. Most people think it's cheese. It's not. If you look closely at the label, you'll see the truth, buried in small letters. Pasteurized prepared cheese product. That's not cheese. That's a laboratory creation engineered to look and melt like cheese without actually being real dairy. Peel open a slice and notice the first warning sign. The smell. Real cheese has a mild dairy aroma. Kraft Singles smell faintly plastic-like, almost synthetic. Hold it up to the light. It glistens unnaturally, smooth, rubbery, glossy. Real cheddar sweats slightly and has texture. This looks like something manufactured, not aged. But the real danger isn't just what it looks like. It's what it does to your body. One single slice contains nearly 300 milligrams of sodium. Put 2 slices on a sandwich, and you've already consumed around 600 milligrams of sodium. For seniors, doctors recommend staying under 1,500 milligrams per day. That means one grilled cheese sandwich can deliver almost half your daily sodium limit before lunch. And sodium isn't just a number on a label. For older adults, it means higher blood pressure, increased strain on the heart, more stress on kidneys, reduced effectiveness of blood pressure medications. Some cardiologists have warned that highly processed cheese can undo the benefits of heart medication if eaten regularly. But sodium is only part of the problem. Kraft Singles are packed with emulsifiers, preservatives, and additives like sodium citrate and artificial stabilizers, designed to keep the slices from spoiling and melting naturally. These chemicals don't nourish your body. They just keep the product profitable. Chew a slice slowly and notice how it sticks to your teeth, leaving a gummy film behind. That's not natural dairy behavior. That's engineered food. Kraft sells nostalgia, the taste of childhood lunches, the comfort of grilled cheese on a rainy day. But behind that familiar wrapper is a product that quietly strains your heart, your kidneys, and your blood pressure. It's not comfort food. It's chemical convenience disguised as cheese. And if you think fake cheese is bad, wait until you see what comes next. At 8, Velveeta, the cheese that never spoils. Coming in at number 8, Velveeta. It's marketed as creamy, smooth, and comforting. The kind of cheese that melts perfectly, never separates, and always tastes the same. But here's the question no one asks. Why does Velveeta last so long without spoiling? Real cheese molds, real cheese changes, real cheese ages. Velveeta doesn't, because Velveeta isn't really cheese. It's a shelf-stable processed product engineered with chemical additives like sodium phosphate, sorbic acid, and artificial emulsifiers that force it to melt smoothly and resist spoilage. For seniors, that chemical stability comes with a hidden cost. One serving of Velveeta can contain nearly one-third of the daily sodium limit recommended for older adults. Eat a typical portion of macaroni and cheese made with Velveeta, and you can easily push past 1,000 milligrams of sodium in a single meal. That's not dinner. That's a sodium overload. For seniors on blood pressure medication, heart drugs, or kidney treatments, this is dangerous territory. High sodium intake can spike blood pressure within hours, overwhelm aging kidneys, counteract hypertension medications, increase stroke and heart attack risk. And it doesn't stop there. Velveeta is also loaded with saturated fat. Just 1 ounce can contain up to 4 grams of saturated fat, the kind that raises LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol doctors warn about. Slice into Velveeta and notice something strange. It doesn't smell like dairy. Heat it up and it doesn't melt like real cheese. It turns into a glossy orange paste that coats your pan in greasy residue. Real cheddar releases aroma and flavor. Velveeta smears like glue. That's not comfort food, that's chemistry. Food experts have joked that Velveeta is immortal cheese. Leave it on the counter for weeks and it barely changes. But what looks like convenience is actually a warning sign. Every spoonful forces your heart and kidneys to work harder just to process the additives. Would you still call it comfort food if you knew it was quietly sabotaging your health? Because what comes next might be even more surprising. Sargento. When cheese comes with sawdust at number 7. Sargento. This brand looks trustworthy. Bright packaging, premium pricing, pre-shredded cheese that feels convenient and modern. But open a bag and look closely. Each shred is coated in a fine white powder. That's not flavor, that's cellulose. Cellulose is refined wood pulp. Yes, wood pulp. It's added to shredded cheese to prevent clumping and extend shelf life. Technically, it's considered safe. But here's the problem. Cellulose can make up to 4% of the product's weight. That means a noticeable portion of what you're paying for isn't cheese at all. It's filler. For seniors, this matters more than people realize. Older adults often struggle to get enough protein and calcium for bone strength. But instead of real nutrition, they're eating powdered filler that provides zero health benefit. And it can come with side effects. Digestive irritation, bloating, and gas, reduced nutrient absorption. Run your fingers through Sargento shreds. They feel dusty, dry, chalky. Drop them in a pan, and instead of melting smoothly, they clump, resist heat, and sometimes burn unevenly. Real cheese stretches and bubbles. This stuff behaves like a synthetic product. The biggest betrayal? Many consumers believe pre-shredded cheese is just cheese. But lawsuits and lab tests have revealed that some brands marketed as pure cheese contain significant cellulose content. In Europe, stricter rules limit this practice. In the US, it's legal. So seniors paying premium prices for convenience are actually getting less nutrition and more filler. Over time, that missing protein and calcium adds up, especially for older adults dealing with muscle loss, osteoporosis, or recovery from illness. Would you still sprinkle Sargento on your pasta if you knew part of it came from wood pulp? Because the next brand doesn't just cut corners. It quietly overloads your body with salt while smiling from the package. And that's where we're headed next. Number 6, Borden. The smiling cow with a salty secret. Coming in at number 6. Borden. That smiling cow logo feels comforting, familiar, reliable. For generations, Borden has sat quietly in American refrigerators, whispering one simple message: trust me. But here's the truth most seniors never see. Behind that friendly cow is a cheese packed with salt and additives that can quietly push your heart and kidneys to the limit. Independent testing and consumer reports have shown that some Borden cheese products contain significantly higher sodium levels than comparable brands. Just 2 slices can deliver close to 600 milligrams of sodium. Think about that. If your doctor told you to stay under 1,500 milligrams a day, you've already burned nearly half your limit before lunch. And sodium doesn't work alone. Borden cheeses often contain stabilizers and artificial colors designed to keep slices uniform and shelf-stable. That's why the texture feels strange. Take a bite. Instead of melting naturally, it stretches in odd ways. It leaves a salty sting on your tongue. And when heated, it sweats out orange grease that pools in the pan. Real cheese doesn't behave like that. That's factory engineering. For seniors on diuretics, beta blockers, or ACE inhibitors, this creates a dangerous clash. Your medication tries to lower blood pressure. Your cheese pushes it back up. It's like pressing the gas pedal and the brake at the same time. And here's the scariest part. Some reports have suggested inconsistencies between labeled and actual sodium content in certain batches. If you're carefully tracking sodium for heart health, a mislabeled slice can turn every sandwich into a medical gamble. Borden doesn't just sell cheese, it sells nostalgia. Family dinners, childhood memories, comfort food. But nostalgia doesn't protect your arteries. Would you still call it a family favorite if you knew every grilled cheese was quietly stressing your heart and kidneys? Because the next brand takes cheap and cheerful to a whole new level of risk. Number 5, great value. Cheap cheese, expensive consequences. At number 5, Walmart's great value cheese. It looks like a bargain, affordable, convenient, perfect for seniors on fixed incomes. But sometimes the cheapest choice costs the most. Many great value cheese products contain extremely high sodium levels, often exceeding 400 milligrams per ounce. Stack a few slices on a sandwich, and suddenly you're in dangerous territory. That's not a snack, that's a sodium storm. And sodium is only part of the problem. Consumer complaints tell a disturbing story. Slimy texture straight out of the package, sour, acidic odors, mold appearing days before the expiration date. Imagine opening a package expecting firm slices, and instead your fingers touch something clammy, wet, slippery. The smell hits sharp, sour, unmistakably wrong. That's not just unpleasant. For seniors with weaker immune systems, spoiled cheese can mean serious illness. Foodborne bacteria like Listeria have been linked to processed cheese outbreaks in the past. And for older adults, Listeria isn't just a stomach bug. It can lead to hospitalization, or worse. Some retail workers have even admitted that storage practices sometimes cut corners to save costs. Boxes sitting too long in warm back rooms, inconsistent refrigeration, quality sacrifice for speed and price, so that great value deal, it may come with invisible risks. For seniors on heart medications or kidney treatments, the combination of high sodium and potential contamination is especially dangerous. Your body is already working harder with age. Why make it fight your lunch, too? Would you still buy great value cheese if you knew one grilled cheese sandwich could mean a spike in blood pressure or a trip to the emergency room? Because the next brand doesn't just cut corners, it carries a hidden bacterial risk that has haunted processed cheese for years. And that's where we're going next. Number 4, Crystal Farms. When tradition turns dangerous, coming in at number 4, Crystal Farms. The name sounds wholesome. Midwestern, traditional, the kind of brand that feels safe before you even read the label. But behind that familiar packaging is a risk many seniors never suspect. Processed cheese products like Crystal Farms have repeatedly been linked to sanitation concerns and contamination recalls, including fears around Listeria, a bacteria especially dangerous for older adults. Here's why that matters. For younger people, Listeria might mean a few miserable days. For seniors, it can mean hospitalization, organ failure, or even death. And the warning signs are subtle. Open a package of Crystal Farms cheese sticks or slices and notice the texture. Sometimes it feels slightly slimy. Sometimes the smell is faintly chemical, almost like ammonia. Sometimes the cheese spoils before the expiration date. Those aren't accidents. They're red flags. Consumer reports and recall notices over the years have shown that processed cheese brands can suffer from inconsistent quality control. That means one package might be fine, and the next could be dangerous. For seniors with weakened immune systems, diabetes, or chronic conditions, that gamble is unacceptable. Add another layer of risk. Crystal Farms products often contain high sodium and preservatives designed to extend shelf life. That combination, salt plus additives, puts pressure on the heart and kidneys at the same time. So while the brand markets itself as family-friendly and convenient, your body pays the price. Would you still hand a slimy cheese stick to your grandchild? If not, why trust it with your own health? Because the next brand doesn't just misuse tradition. It hides behind the word organic. No 3. Horizon Organic, the organic illusion at number 3. Horizon Organic. The word organic feels powerful, safe, pure, natural. Seniors often pay extra for it, believing they're making a healthier choice. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Horizon has faced lawsuits and criticism over its sourcing practices, with accusations that its products come from massive industrial farms rather than the small, idyllic farms shown in advertising. So the organic image, it's often marketing, not reality. And nutritionally, many Horizon cheese products contain sodium levels nearly identical to conventional supermarket brands. So you're paying more, but not getting less salt. Take a bite and notice something strange. Instead of rich, creamy flavor, there's often a chalky texture, a faint chemical aftertaste, a dryness that sticks to your teeth. That's not farm-fresh cheese. That's stabilizers and processing. For seniors on blood pressure medication, the impact is serious. High sodium undermines your treatment. Saturated fat strains your arteries, and misleading labels make it harder to protect your health. The biggest betrayal? You thought you were buying safety, but you were paying extra for the same risks, wrapped in prettier packaging. Would you still trust the organic label if you knew it didn't actually protect your heart, your kidneys, or your blood pressure? Because the next brand goes even further. It promises farm tradition, but delivers pure cholesterol overload. Numbers 2. Tillamook, Farm Dreams, Factory Reality. Now we're down to number 2. Tillamook. If you've ever seen their commercials, you know the story they sell. Green fields, happy cows, small farms, honest American cheese. It feels comforting, almost nostalgic. But here's the truth most seniors never hear. Behind that farmhouse image is a large-scale industrial dairy system and cheese that can quietly overload your heart with saturated fat. Let's look at the numbers. One single slice of Tillamook cheddar can contain 9 grams of saturated fat. For seniors, that's nearly one-third of the recommended daily limit in just one slice. 2 slices on a sandwich? You're already pushing your heart into dangerous territory, and it doesn't stop there. Many seniors notice something strange when they eat it. Instead of clean, sharp cheddar flavor, the cheese leaves a greasy film on the tongue. It feels heavy, oily, dense. That's not just taste, that's fat. Whistleblowers and industry reports have pointed out that some premium cheddar brands rely on high milk fat content to boost flavor and texture. It makes the cheese taste richer, but it also makes your arteries work harder. For seniors on statins, blood pressure medication, or heart drugs, this creates a silent conflict. Your medicine tries to protect your heart. Your cheese quietly works against it. And the price makes it worse. Tillamook charges more because it feels farm fresh. But lawsuits and investigations have shown that much of the milk comes from massive commercial dairies, not the cozy barns shown in ads. So you're paying premium prices for industrial cheese with premium fat levels. Would you still buy it if you knew each slice was quietly raising your cholesterol? Because the final brand on this list is even more shocking. It's not just cheese, it's childhood comfort food, and it might be the most dangerous of all. Number 1. Kraft mac and cheese, comfort food that betrays your heart. And now, number 1. Kraft mac and cheese, the blue box. For many seniors, it's more than food, it's memory. After school lunches, family dinners, late night comfort meals. But here's the reality no one tells you. One single cup of Kraft mac and cheese can contain 700 milligrams of sodium. That's nearly half the daily limit recommended for older adults. Eat 2 cups? You've already hit your limit before dinner, and that's before adding anything else. Soup, crackers, deli meat. Suddenly your heart is drowning in salt. But sodium is only part of the story. That bright orange powder? It isn't real cheese. It's a mix of artificial dyes, preservatives, emulsifiers, and flavor chemicals designed to imitate cheese. Stir it into hot water and watch what happens. It clumps. It turns gummy. It coats the pasta with a sticky, unnatural paste. Real cheese melts smoothly. This doesn't. Doctors have warned for years that heavily processed foods like this fuel America's hypertension crisis, especially among seniors. And Kraft has faced multiple recalls over the years. Metal fragments, undeclared allergens, contamination concerns. Think about that. A product marketed as safe family food, with hidden dangers inside the box. For seniors on heart or blood pressure medication, this isn't just unhealthy. It's sabotage. Would you still call it comfort food if you knew it was quietly pushing your blood pressure higher with every bite? Because after all this bad news, there's finally some good news. 2 cheese brands actually protect your health instead of harming it. And they might surprise you. Safe choice. Number 1. Cabot cheddar, real cheese, real nutrition. After everything we've exposed so far, you might be thinking, is there any cheese that's actually safe anymore? The answer is yes. And the first safe choice might surprise you. Cabot cheddar. Unlike many big-name brands, Cabot isn't built on flashy marketing or nostalgic commercials. It's a farmer-owned cooperative. That means real dairy farmers, not giant corporations, control how the cheese is made. And that changes everything. Take a bite of Cabot cheddar, and you'll notice something immediately. The flavor is sharp, clean, and natural. Not greasy, not rubbery, not chemical. That's because Cabot keeps it simple. Milk, cultures, salt, no mystery additives, no artificial dyes, no chemical stabilizers designed to fake texture. Now let's talk numbers. 1 ounce of Cabot cheddar contains around 160 to 180 milligrams of sodium. Compare that to many processed brands pushing 350 to 700 milligrams in the same serving. For seniors managing blood pressure, that difference is huge. It's the difference between a safe snack and a silent spike in your heart rate. Cabot also delivers real nutrition, natural calcium for bone health, high quality protein for muscle strength, healthy fats in balanced amounts. And here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our sense of taste dulls. So, companies add more salt and chemicals to processed cheese to keep it flavorful. Cabot doesn't need to do that. The sharpness comes from real aging, not sodium overload. Many seniors who switch to Cabot say something interesting. They actually crave less salty food afterward because their taste buds finally remember what real cheese tastes like. Would you pay a little more for cheese that doesn't fight your medication? That doesn't overload your kidneys? That doesn't quietly push your blood pressure higher? For many seniors, the answer is yes. Because the real cost of cheap cheese isn't the price tag, it's the doctor visits, the prescriptions, the hospital stays. Cabot proves something important. Cheese doesn't have to be fake to taste good, and it doesn't have to harm your health to feel satisfying. But there's one more brand that takes safety even further, and for seniors, it might be the best choice of all. Safe choice number 2, Organic Valley. Organic done right. Now let's talk about the second safe choice, Organic Valley. You've probably seen the word organic on dozens of cheese packages, but as we've seen, that label can be misleading. Some brands use organic as a marketing trick. Organic Valley is different. This brand is also a farmer-owned cooperative. Small farms, strict standards, real accountability. And you can taste the difference. Organic Valley cheddar is smooth, balanced, and clean. No bitter aftertaste, no oily film on your tongue, no artificial smell, just real dairy flavor. But the real difference is what's not in it. No artificial colors, no preservatives, no mystery stabilizers. And the sodium levels? Around 150 to 170 milligrams per ounce. That's significantly lower than most supermarket cheeses. For seniors on blood pressure medication or kidney-friendly diets, that matters. Every slice puts less strain on your heart, less pressure on your kidneys, less conflict with your medication. Organic Valley also avoids the mega dairy model. Instead of massive factory farms, it relies on smaller herds and stricter handling practices. That means lower risk of contamination, better sanitation, more consistent quality. And that's not just marketing talk. Unlike many processed brands, Organic Valley has maintained a strong safety record with third-party testing and audits. In a world where recalls and contamination scandals are common, that kind of consistency is rare. Here's the simple truth. Most seniors don't need to quit cheese. They just need to quit bad cheese. If you replace even one processed slice a day with a safer option like Cabot or Organic Valley, you reduce sodium, lower inflammation, support heart health, and you still get the comfort and flavor you love. So let me ask you something. Would you rather pay a little more at the grocery store or pay far more later at the doctor's office? Because now you know the difference, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's take a breath for a moment. If this video felt eye-opening or even a little uncomfortable, that's because it needed to be. For most of your life, cheese has felt safe. It was part of family dinners, holiday meals, late-night snacks. It was never supposed to be dangerous, but today you saw the truth. Some of the brands we grew up trusting are no longer real food. They're formulas, engineered for profit, loaded with salt, additives, and shortcuts, designed to taste good while quietly working against your health. And seniors are the ones who pay the price. Higher blood pressure, strained kidneys, rising cholesterol, more medications, more doctor visits. Not because you did something wrong, but because you trusted what was on the shelf. Here's the good news. You don't have to give up cheese. You just have to choose it wisely. Switching from heavily processed cheese to real, minimally processed brands can lower sodium intake, support heart health, protect kidney function, improve digestion, reduce inflammation. Sometimes the difference shows up in just a few weeks. More energy, less bloating, better blood pressure readings, and peace of mind. Because your food should nourish you, not fight your medication. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What cheese brand is in your refrigerator right now? And did any of the brands on this list surprise you? Leave your answer in the comments. Your experience might help another senior avoid a dangerous choice. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe. We break down everyday foods in plain language, without fear, without hype, and without talking down to you, because you deserve clear answers about what you're putting in your body. Your health is too important to leave in the hands of clever marketing. So next time you reach for a slice of cheese, remember this: real food should make you stronger, not sicker. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.